All right. I've not done a video in several days. I had a pretty hellish weekend. Long story short, we had like no electricity for 2 days. It was really a shit frustrating situation. It got forced on us by our landlord. Just, I'll spare you the details, but it was a really shit situation and still isn't fully resolved. I wasn't super productive. I did work, but I wasn't going to get a video done. All right, so I want to talk about something that's been fairly game-changing for me doing work with agents, so stay tuned for that. What have I been working on? So I've been experiencing a lot of soft churns, is what I'm going to call them, with Channel Surfer. So many payments have been failing because, I don't know, just Stripe says insufficient funds. For whatever reason, the users, they don't have money in the account, or they haven't transferred, or they're not approving the transaction, whatever it is. But a bunch of users have been just constantly failing those payments to take the money out for Channel Surfer. They're subscribed as a monthly user, and it's just, after a while, Stripe will give up, and then they're like marked as churned or canceled. So I kind of call it a soft churn. Been seeing a lot of those. It's been kind of frustrating. But I still managed to get the MRR up because I'm still getting a few customers, but I've had some churns. This is soft and hard. But anyways, I have had some churns, but I've also gotten enough new customers to slightly, I don't know, the MRR on Stripe is so confusing and it's not very accurate, but number goes up, so good news. So I've been doing in the background a lot of SEO work for my site here, Emojis Time. So this is like an emoji search engine. So this returns a bunch of results. I think I broke this, actually. I need to make a change here. But I have this site where you basically have all this fun emoji stuff. Tons and tons of what I call text art, like fun little things with emojis. I mean, some of it is not super safe for work. There's an emoji museum, lots of cool stuff. So yeah, I've been, I really want to grow this slowly over the course of the next year, really get better at SEO stuff. Talked a lot about this recently. So a little bit every day in the morning, I just kind of do a little, have the agent do some work, check it. Okay, it looks good. But I'm trying to get to a point where this is almost like running autonomously. Almost think like a factory, like day after day after day after day for the next year, essentially. I want to really kind of put that on 80% automated, but I show up in every day for like an hour, do kind of the last 20%, guiding it and checking things. So we'll see. This is kind of it's an experiment. Right now it gets about 300-ish unique views a month. Nothing to write home about, but I want to really get that number up, and I really do think it's a cool site that is kind of unique. So I'm slowly working on that. I'll keep you posted regularly on that, but I want to build up a really valuable web asset there. So that leads me into what I wanted to talk about. So I have been having really good success with a lot of other people are talking about it, but if you're sitting on this and you're not doing this, I recommend you give it a try. So I have been running the agent at night, just letting it crank away and do features while I sleep. It doesn't really go all night. I think that's crazy when people have the agents going 24/7. It's like, what are you doing? We're not there yet, in my opinion. If you're going 24/7, it's going to be AI, too much AI slop. So what I've been doing is I make a plan. Step one, I plan out like a chunk of work that I know is going to take hours and hours. And I'm using Fable these days, by the way. Okay, so I talk with Claude and make a plan like, hey, here's the feature, the code base. So it makes a plan. I review it. The plan I don't fuck around with. I review that very carefully. Maybe some code I'm like, yeah, whatever. I think you can handle that. Like CSS especially, I'm pretty like vibe codey about, don't care. HTML, I look at it and all the different browser sizes, blah, blah, blah. I just kind of QA. I don't like super dig through the CSS anymore. But the plan I really look at. So I have Claude, write up the plan, I review it, and then it goes to Codex, or the latest ChatGPT 5.6 Soul. Review it, and we go through the cycle and tell them like, okay, Codex thinks the plan's good. I think the plan is good. Claude thinks the plan is good. Then, so I do this at night, like before I walk away from the computer. So I have a desktop computer that's running Linux. It's always on. It's not like my MacBook. I'm trying to offload more and more off the MacBook onto my Linux box. So that is where everything's running at. Step 2, I give it clear instructions, go run. But here's how I do it. So I give it very clear instructions, like build the plan and review when you're done in a loop. This is very important. So I have it so I have a skill to review everything with several independent Claude Fable or whatever Claude model. So it spins up several sub agents that all have like a unique prompt and look for certain things and review a certain way that I've spent many months building. So I've taken kind of everything I've learned over a long period of time to build up these skills as best as I could push these agents to do. So that's kind of what it's doing in that review loop, and it does work really, really, really shockingly well. Even I'm pretty surprised how well it works. So it runs that in the loop. Then it passes off all of those changes to Codex or ChatGPT, the latest, and it does the same thing. It reviews it there in a loop. So what I mean by a loop is like it will review and send changes back to like the main agent. Like, yeah, you should fix this. I found this. It goes and fixes that, and it reviews until it's completely like done. Like, yeah, there's no issues. I give it a thumbs up. I do this for, again, Claude and Codex ChatGPT. This takes fucking hours. It is so painfully slow. It is so slow. For some, like one feature, like this whole process can be like 6 hours. It could take a long time. And because that loop in review thing is just really painfully slow. So that's why I'm doing it overnight on the Linux box. I come back in the morning and I review everything and make changes because again, I put so much energy into that plan that it knocks it out of the park, really, especially with that double review process. It is pretty shockingly good quality wise, really. And especially because I have very clear, guardrails, patterns, tests, and everything is kind of architectured already to where it's pretty clear where the pieces fit in and how to make these changes. So that's kind of the important thing you got to do way before you get to this point. But anyways, I've been letting that run all night, and it's not really all night. Usually it's like a few hours for most of what I'm doing, because I try to do small, just like one feature, get it all really tested, and then ship it. So I'm not like doing a huge chunk of work. It's been pretty game changer because I find myself getting so much work done faster. So I let that run. The next day, I just try to get that work wrapped up and done. And I find I'm shipping way better code way faster with this whole process. Anyways, I wanted to share that with you all. What do you think? Are you doing that yet? Is this overkill? Am I like going too crazy with the reviewing? In my experience, this is that like final thing that's moving the needle to actually getting pretty good, shockingly good output from the LLM. So it's really slow, it burns a lot of tokens, but I'm kind of on the max plans. I'm not too worried about token usage myself. That's all I got for today. There are no questions or comments. If you leave a question and comment, I will look at it live on the next video. So just FYI. That's it for today. See you next time.